Hi everyone, this is Unit 3, multiplying and dividing radicals. So, when you multiply, basically we have numbers on the outside of the radical and we have numbers on the inside of the radical. So if you have the same index, you're allowed to multiply the radicals. So they don't have to be like radicals at all. So you multiply the numbers on the outside and then you multiply the numbers on the inside and then break it down into simplest radical form. So let's go ahead and get started with that. We're going to do 6 times 3, which is 18. And then I'm going to make a big cube root. And then 9 times 24. So 9 times 24 we may have to put in our calculator. If you find 9 times 24, it comes out to be 216. And then n squared times n is going to be n to the third power. And I write all my n's out just to help me out. I'm going to be doing groups of 3, so that'll help me circle a group of 3 right there. So the cube root of 216, if you remember from our sum and difference of 2 cubes formulas back in the factoring unit, that comes out to be a nice whole number. So the cube root of 216 is 6. If you don't remember that, that's no problem. We can break it down like we did in the other sections. It's probably good practice to do it that way. So 2 and 108, I'm going to go 2 and 54. And then let's see, 6 and 9. 9 is 3 and 3, and 6 is 3 and 2. So we're doing groups of 3. So looks like we've got a group of 3 right here. And we have a group of 3 right here. So you have the 18 that was already out there. That comes over. Times a 3. Times a 2. And then I don't think we have any numbers left over, which is kind of nice. And we also have one group of 3 n's. So times n. Since everything was used up, remember we only look at the prime numbers. We don't look at any of these. Everything else was used up. We don't have to write a radical. And our answer is whatever 18 times 3 times 2 is, times n. So it looks like our answer is going to be 108n. Okay? That's how you do the multiplying. Multiply the numbers on the outside, then write, in this case, a cube root, and then multiply the numbers on the inside, break it down. Okay, let's do the next example. So in the front here is really a 1. So if you were to do that outside number step, it would just be a 1. So I'm going to write the radical. I'm not going to write the 1 in the front because it's not really necessary. If you did write the 1 in the front, it would still be correct. 2 times 6 is 12. And I'm going to be super organized with this. Keep all my A's together. And then all my B's. Okay, so now we need to break down 12. 12 is going to be 3 times 4. 4 is 2 times 2. We are doing groups of 2. So a 2 can come out. I've got groups of 2's with the A's. So that'll be A squared, 1A from here and 1A from here. And then B squared. Do I have anything left over? Yes, I do. I have a 3 left over, so it'll be radical 3. And that's your answer for that one. Now, when you multiply binomials, these are considered binomials because it's 2 terms here multiplied by 2 terms here. You have to FOIL this. You just have to be very careful when you FOIL it. Okay? So, it's like doing the distributive property twice. Remember, an outside number can be multiplied by an outside number. A radical number can be multiplied by another radical number. Okay, so we're going to distribute. 3 root 5 times 2 is going to be 6 root 5. 3 root 5 times root 3, that's really a 1 right there. 1 root 3. That's going to be 3 root 5 times 3 is 15. Then 2 times negative 2 root 3 is negative 4 root 3. And then 1 root 3 times negative 2 root 3 is negative 2 root 9. So you're going to end up with 4 terms when you FOIL. If you don't have 4 terms after you FOIL, then that means you forgot one somewhere. So we got to go back and make sure that you distributed everything. Now from there, you can simplify as much as you can. 6 root 5 is not going to break down any further, so that's just going to stay there. Same with 4 root 3. That's not going to break down either. We can try to do 15, 5 times 3, but I can't get a group of 2 out of that, so that's going to stay the same also. The square root of 9, well, 9 is 3 times 3. So we can break down the square root of 9. I'm going to erase the other parts though. So I can get a 3 out of here, multiply it by this 2, so this is minus 6. Okay, so everything else just gets recopied, and it doesn't matter what order you write it in. It's correct in any order due to the commutative property. So it's just a really long answer. 6 root 5 plus 3 root 15 minus 4 root 3, and then this one turned into minus 6. Notice this group of 3 came right out. There was nothing left over. That's why there's no radical in this answer. So just minus 6 at the end. Let's try the next one. So we're going to do 5 times 5, 5 times 5, which is 25. And then we'll do 5 times negative 2, which is negative 5 root 2. Then we'll do, there's a 1 in front of this, so 1 root 6 times 5 is 5 root 6. And then there's a 1 in front of this also. 1 root 6 times negative 1 root 2 is negative root 12. It would be negative 1 root 12, or just negative root 12. Break down as much as you can. We don't break down the 25 because there's no radical over it. It's just a 25. So that stays. 5 root 2 can't be broken down any further. Neither can 5 root 6. 12? I'll bet you we could. So how about 3 times 4? And then 2 times 2. Take out a group of 2. So this will be 25 minus 5 root 2 plus 5 root 6 minus 2 root 3. Okay? And that's multiplying. Try your multiplying practice work and see if you have any questions for me.